Omoba Aina was a Yoruba princess from the Egbado tribe. Her captured parents were decapitated by the army of a slave trader. Aina was released to Captain Frederick E. Forbes to be given as a gift to Queen Victoria. Aina became a princess displaced. She was stripped of her Yoruba name and taken to England aboard the ship that bore her new identity, the HMS Bonetta. The young princess possessed all the regality, grace, and poise of a proud West African tribe. Queen Victoria fell in love with her and appointed herself godmother of the princess. One inescapable fact about this royal's life is that in order to be accepted into society, she could no longer be a Yoruba princess, only property of the British Empire. Edward Swarthy was a respected Tudor porter of a Sir Edward Winter around the late 16th century in rural Gloucestershire. Sir Winter ordered his porter Edward to flog his white steward John Guy for misconduct in the middle of his stately home in front of all the staff. Pitting a black porter on a higher-ranking white steward was a dangerous and humiliating punishment. The matter was so severe that when Winter was taken to court for assault charges, Edward Swarthy was required to appear as a witness to testify. The records claim that it was unchristian for a porter to flog someone considered higher in rank and therefore class. Dido Bell Lindsay is often considered the first black aristocrat. She was born to a West African woman named Maria Bell. Maria was captured and put aboard a Spanish vessel bound for England. The Admiral John Lindsay saw and decided to keep her as his mistress. A few months later in England, Maria gave birth to his child, Dido, who was raised with the Admiral's family as part of the British upper class. Dido's portrait hangs in Kenwood House in Hampstead. It is a seminal turning point in the depiction of black British identity. Dido's life was lived in the margins of society due to her mixed parentage. The issue of her being black and illegitimate meant her life was filled with all the complexities that arise from the duality of identity. Prince Alemayehu was the son of Emperor Tuodros II of Ethiopia. The young royal is another example of the nature of displacement and the toll that it takes on the black body. The prince was orphaned when his father, the emperor, committed suicide with a gun gifted to him by Queen Victoria. Whilst in England, the prince met Queen Victoria and became her ward. As much as he protested, and though his depression was evident, he was never allowed to return home. At the age of 18, Prince Alemayehu fell ill and died from pleurisy. Queen Victoria ordered he be buried at Windsor Castle. Later, in letters, she comments on how sad it was that he died so far away from his homeland. The Ethiopian government are still petitioning for the return of his remains. Originally from Spain, Mary Phyllis was a beautiful Muslim woman who moved to England when she was 6. What is most clear and evident about the life of Mary Phyllis is how skilled a maker she was, moving from a position of servant to dressmaker later in her life. Mary's life was driven by autonomy. She requested permission from her employer to be baptized. In 1597, local church records show large attendance for her baptism. Mary was direct and powerful, although what is also true is that she essentially had to change herself and her religion to fit into the conventions of British society.